Good day and welcome back to Mathematics for Grade 2s. Today we will be looking at the work for week 3, day 2, which is repeated addition, part 1. The counting activity is count from 1 to 100 and back, count in 2s to 100 and back, count in 5s to 100 and back, and count in 10s to 100 and back. Please make use of the next page as a visual guide. Please pause the number charts as the children are busy doing their counting activity. Mental maths, try to answer the following questions as fast as you can. Which is more, 36 or 35? What is in between 27 and 29? And then do the number bonds of number 7's calculations, please. The goal and aim for today's lesson is to do repeated addition leading to multiplication, where we solve word problems in context and explain own solutions to problems involving multiplication with answers up to 30. Now today we are going to do the introduction of multiplication before we head over straight to the word problems. For the word problem recap, we must remember that first we look for the number clues, then we ask ourselves is it bigger or smaller and why, the symbol what we are going to use, and then we write the number sentence. So multiplication has a few other names. First is multiplication, then we have times, each, twice, multiplied by, and multiple. So all of these words are other names for the multiply sign. So multiplication, it is bigger. When we multiply, we will always be going bigger. So if we look at the number line, we will always be going to the right hand side because it is always bigger. Let's look at our 2 times table. Please try to learn this and make sure you know this because we will be writing little tests about this. 1 times 2 equals 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. 5 times 2 equals 10. 6 times 2 equals 12. 7 times 2 equals 14. 8 times 2 equals 16. 9 times 2 equals 18, and 10 times 2 equals 20. So, how does the multiplication table work? Let's take, for instance, 1 times 2 equals 2. The first number we see on the left side of the multiplication sign means how many groups there are. Then on the right hand side of the multiplication sign, it says how many are in the group. So we have one group and then we have to have 2 in the group. It can be anything. And then next to the multiplication sign we have our answer. So here we have one group. I'm going to say we have one apple tree. So the one apple tree has 2 apples. So one apple tree with 2 apples means I have 2 apples. That is the answer. Now, 2 times 2 equals 4, so we have to have 2 groups and 2 apples in each group. So here I have my 2 trees, and then I put 2 apples in a tree. So how many apples do I have? I have 4 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, 4 is the answer. 3 times 6, I need to have 3 groups and 2 in a group. So here's my 3 apple trees, and each apple tree has to have 2 apples in it. So we can count by ones or we can count in twos. So let's see, 3 groups of 2, it's 2, 4, 6. Therefore the answer is 6. 4 times 2 group, 4 groups of 2. So here we have one apple tree with 2 apples, so we can count in twos. For 2 apples, 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Meaning the answer is 8. We have 8 apples. 4 groups of 2 is equal to 8. Now we have 5 times 2 equals 10. 5 groups of 2, so we have 5 apple trees. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 times 2 equals 10. That's why we have 10 as the answer. 6 times 2 means we have 6 apple trees with 2 apples in it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we have 12 apple trees. See, we have 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 group, and in each group there is 2 apples. So that's how we know we have 12 apples altogether. Therefore 12 is the answer. Now let's look at 7 times 2. 7 groups, 2 in each group. So let's count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I have 7 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in each group I have 2 apples. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Therefore the answer is 14. 8 times 2 equals 16. So I have to have 8 groups of 2 and 2 in the group. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I have 8 apple trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in each of them I have 2 apples. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Therefore the answer is 16. 9 times 2, I need 9 apple trees and 2 apples per tree. So let's count in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Why 18? Because I have 9 apple trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in each group there's 2 apples, so that's why we count in twos. 9 apple trees, 2 apples in each group. Therefore we have 18 as our answer. Now the last one of the multiplication of 2. 10 times 2. I need 10 groups with 2 in each group, 2 apples in each group. So I have my 10 apple trees, and in each apple tree we see there is 2 apples. So let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I have 20 apples, therefore 20 is my answer. Well done. Let's look at the 5 times table. 1 times 5 equals 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. 3 times 5 equals 15. 4 times 5 equals 20. 5 times 5 equals 25. 6 times 5 equals 30. 7 times 5 equals 35. 8 times 5 equals 40. 9 times 5 equals 45. 10 times 5 equals 50. So how does this work? Again, we have our first question, 1 times 5 equals 5. So I have the group, and I have how many is in the group. So let's say I have 1 flower, and 1 flower has 5 petals. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. So 1 flower with 5 petals means I have 5 petals. Now let's go over to 2. 2 times 5 equals 10. So I have my group, 2 groups of 5. So I have 2 flowers, and each flower has 5 petals. So we can count we can either count each petal individually, or we can count in 5s. We count in 5s every day, so it's going to be quicker. So I count 5, 10. Therefore the answer is 10. Now I have 3 times 5 equals 15. So I have 3 groups of 5. So I have 3 flowers, and each flower has 5 petals. So let's count in 5s. 5, 10, 15. That's why my answer is 15. Let's look at 4 times 5 equals 20. Why? I have 4 groups and 5 petals in each group. So let's count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Therefore the answer is 20. 5 times 5 equals 25. Let's test it. I have 5 groups, and in each group I have 5 petals. Let's count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's true. That's why 25 is the answer. Now I have 6 times 5, which is 30. So I have 6 groups of 5. So I have 6 different flowers, and each flower has 5 petals. So let's count in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Therefore the answer is 30. Now let's look at 7 times 5. I have 7 groups, and in each group I have to have 5 petals. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. Now we can count in fives: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's why my answer is 35. 8 times 5 equals 40. I have to have 8 flowers, and each flower has to have 5 petals. So let's do 8 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's count in fives: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 40 is the answer. Now 9 times 5 equals 45, so I have to have 9 flowers with 5 petals in each flower, which is 5 in the group. Let's count for 9 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's count in fives: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's why I have 45. 9 times 5 is 45. Now, lastly, we have 10 times 5. So I have to have 10 flowers with 5 petals. So let's count our 10 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's count in fives: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Therefore, the answer is 50. What have we learned today? Today we learned that multiplication, the symbol, the multiply symbol, has a few other names like multiplication, times, each, twice, multiplied by, and multiple. And we learned that the multiplication sign, if we use it, we are always going to have a bigger answer. We are going to move right. Then we learned the 2 times table and the 5 times table. Thank you so much for coming today. Tomorrow we will be looking at the word sums and how to solve them, making use of the word problem technique with the 4 columns. Thank you so much for coming, and see you guys tomorrow.